Hi everyone, welcome back to my Facebook page. Today this session will be conducted in English and I have my partner Kru Word. We're gonna with me today, so we're gonna talk about polite particles in Thai. But we're gonna start off with small talk in Thai first นะคะวันนี้ครูทำอะไรบ้างคะ
อ่าอ่า
ทำอะไรมา
วัน
บ้าง
นี้ทำเยอะเลย
ทำ
อ่
อะไรบ้างได้ยินซา
า
ร่าไหมได้ยินซาร่าชัดไหม
ชัด
โอเค
ชัดชัดชัดชัดได้ยินผมชัดใช่ปะ
ทำอะไรมาบ้างชัดค่ะ
โอเคตอนเช้าก็มีสอน
มีสอน
อ่า
อ่า
สอนแต่สอนภาษาอังกฤษ
สอนภาษาอัง
ตอน
กฤษ
เช้ามีสอน
ให้
ใช่
ใคร
ใช่
คะ
เป็นนักเรียนคนหนึ่งเขาเป็นเขาทำงานเป็นผู้จัดการฝ่ายเซลล์ให้กับบริษัทที่ขายวัคซีน
อ่าโอเค
ใช่
ดูแบบดูด่าไฮโซนักเรียนค่ะซีกินข้าวหรือยังคะเนี่ยกินข้าวหรื
เรีย
อยัง
บร้อยแล้วครับเรียบร้อยแล้วครับซาร่ากินยัง
กินแล้วเมื่อกี้เพิ่งออกกำลังกายเสร็จแบบผมยังเปียกนะคะผมเลยมาสายเพราะเป่าผมอยู่ใช่สวัสดีค่ะคุณเจนนี่ขยันสวัสดีค่ะคุณเจนนี่สวัสดีค่ะคุณเจนนี่
สวัสดีครับสวัสดีคนที่เข้ามาด้วยนะครับผม
Hi Gavin okay all right so what are we gonna talk about today
The topic for our lessons for today is actually polite particles, but we're actually going to throw in some impolite particles as well.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
the main topic is actually polite particles, ending particles to
Ending
be fair.
particles. Yeah.
ใช่ใช่
So ending particles, what do you think? Like, what are their roles in the in Thai language? Pretty important, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Yeah.
if we were to compare between Thai and English, we can actually say that there are no particles in English. But so this is one of the reasons why it's quite challenging for foreigners when they study Thai, when they learn Thai. They have to basically wire themselves, and get accustomed to the ending particles in Thai. And there are so many levels. It's very, very sensitive, confusing, and to a lot of people, it's something like quite challenging. I'd say, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your take?
I agree. It's very important to use like proper polite particles, especially the formal ones. Like I have some example of like misunderstanding that I came across 2 months ago. I called like a vegan place, and then the girl picked up, and then she's like Thai, and she's kind of spoke Thai clearly, and I feel like it's kind of rude to not add "ka" at the end. It sounds really hard.
Because she was actually a server or working at the restaurant, right?
And then I figured out later that she was like from Myanmar, and so she didn't really know how to say it properly. But because her Thai was so clear to the point that I thought she was Thai, and so I was like, how come this girl is just so like, rude, you know? And so if you have a little bit of accent, I would be like, oh yeah, you're not Thai, right?
Thai,
yeah, I wouldn't be bothered. Yeah, but this is like kind of funny in a way. So I'm like, yeah, that's interesting how important that is.
Right.
Yeah.
But another thing that I can add here is that lots of foreigners tend to overuse the ending particles.
I agree.
Right? And this can be something, I don't know, for me, it comes across as odd, I'd say.
Yeah, a little bit too much.
Yep.
For me, I feel like if they add at a very every sentence at the end of every sentence, maybe it's a little bit too much, like overdoing it. It doesn't sound natural. I would say every other sentence, or maybe like every 2-3 sentences. That would be sound about right. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, that's true. It's really, really hard to actually pin it down how often you should use them and where you should put them in a, like let's say if you're saying something, I don't know, if you have like 2 or 3 sentences, when you talk to someone, you say 2 or 3 sentences and then when you try to add the ending particles of the polite ending particles, it's kind of hard to pin it down where you should put them, where you should skip them. Yeah. So I guess it takes a lot of practice in order to get that point right.
So I would give an example in my class. Like I would say something like, สวัสดีค่ะ everyone. Yeah. My name is Sarah. I'm from Thailand. I love speaking English, ka. Like every maybe 2 sentences, just to sound natural. So that would like give you like a rough idea what it sound like or it should be like, let's talk about the formal. Let's start with the formal particles. So
Right.
we have for female speakers we have two. So mainly
Mm-hmm.
is ka and ka. Only
Yep.
these two already complicated because it's
Yeah.
like
Even Thais are confused about them.
with the script, with the Thai
Yeah,
script,
yeah.
with the
We
writing
have to
part.
write them. Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
but
yep, yep.
we
Uh-huh.
never say it wrong. We never say it wrong in
Right.
conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Right.
They get that pronunciation correctly when they use them. They know which one they're saying, but when they have to write it out, yeah, they get confused.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about ka and ka. So for female speakers, right, ka is a falling tone. We use for
Yeah.
statements, mostly statements. And especially noi ka. It's not noi ka. Noi ka.
Right. When you
Even though it's a
acknowledge
question,
something,
right.
it's ka as
Ka.
well.
Right. So that another usage of particle, right?
Yep.
That you mentioned to acknowledge. So the another one is the other one is ka, high tone ka. So apart from being used for questions, we're also used after some ending particles like na or si, like si ka or na ka. So we're not saying si ka or na ka, but
right. When you're making a request, then you
Right.
would say naka or
Yeah.
ทำให้หน่อยสิคะ for example.
yeah.
But a lot of Thai people, Thai male, use ka and ka as well,
Sounds like a
especially
player.
especially when they're talking to their girlfriend. I use ka and ka with my girlfriend.
Really?
I do,
I want
yeah.
to hear. I want to hear. Oh my god. That's
For example, if I were to
can't
say
imagine.
like, if I were to say like, ไปกินข้าวกันไหมคะ right? So I would say ka, not cup here.
This is very subjective, guys, because to me it sounds
Yeah,
really
it's a gray
cheesy.
area. Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
cheesy.
It's
sounds
exactly,
like a player. Sounds like a player to me.
Right. But to be fair, lots and lots of Thai men say ka and ka with women, right?
My girlfriends actually like it when their
Right.
boyfriends use ka and ka with them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very subjective. Yeah. Yeah.
And I actually have a friend who's a female, and she actually used cup when she talked. So yeah, it's very subjective. Like I said, no.
Funny.
This is how she talks regular, like normally in everyday time.
Weird.
Like, and she would refer to herself as pom as well. Yeah, she does. But she's not lesbian or not from the LGBTQ side or anything. Yeah, she's a woman and she uses cup, for example.
That's good to know.
Yeah, so it's subjective. Yeah.
ครูจือนะคะครูจือบอกว่าผู้ชายพูดค้าขากับแฟนฟังดูน่ารักนะคะ
ใช่ไหม
อ๋อมีขาด้วยลืมขาซาร่าลืมขาไป
ขาด้วย
ขอบคุณนะคะ
ใช่
ครูจือขา
Yep. It's like when someone calls you and then you reply, right? So you can say ขา or ขาว่าไงคะ for example.
It's kind of like yes honey, right? Yes dear.
Yep.
ขา
Something like that. Yeah. We do say it like, I think it's equivalent to say จ๋า as well. Right? It's equivalent to จ๋า. Like when someone calls, let's say if I call you Salah, and if you want to be cute and nice, you would say จ๋า. If, I mean, in that case, right? If it happens.
Cheesy.
Yeah, it does sound cheesy. Yeah.
I would say ka. Yeah, I think ka and ja, I would save them for my boyfriend. Someone special.
Exactly.
Family.
Yep.
So you mentioned about, but before we get to the usage of ka, ka, like to acknowledge, let's talk about the male particle too, which is kráp, right?
Yeah. And yeah, we generally don't, roll the tongue. So cup, it's more common.
Right.
Yeah. Cup. Yep.
So you mentioned about how we use those to acknowledge. So like it's like yes or yeah, all right in English. Like when you're like acknowledging the other person.
Right.
Statement.
You are like, when you're being an active listener, this is something you say to them. Like if someone is talking to you and you want to show that you're following everything they're saying, you understand what's happening, what's going on, you can say cup. Okay, cup. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And female would be ka, like falling tone. Ka,
falling tone. Yeah.
So that's interesting because a lot of Thai learners would just use Thai, which is not quite right, right?
Yeah,
Right? We
yeah,
don't
because
use it
yeah, we don't say chai
to
unless
acknowledge.
it's a question.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Uh-huh. I think it's because we understand that the word yes means
It's
chai
Thai.
yeah, right? That's what they learn when they are non-Thai and
Mm-hmm.
they're learning Thai.
Yeah.
That's how they understand that chai is yes. So when they're acknowledging something in English, they would say yes. And that's why I think they say chai in this case.
Thai. Yeah, I would
Mhm.
say I would correct my students like, no,
Mhm.
you're being active listener, then you have to say kráp or ka to acknowledge
Exactly.
what I'm saying. Anyway, so
Mhm.
that's good. Well, how about krápผม?
I think krapom is pretty much the same as krap, but it's just like it takes the politeness one step up, top it up a notch, I think. Like I use krapom all the time when I'm talking to my students
To
or
me.
people that I'm not familiar with. Yeah, exactly. When I talk
To
to
me.
you as well.
Now
Yeah.
the polite particle change a little bit to
Mm-hmm.
okay, or like huh?
Right. I mean, because right now we're
We're getting
actually
close now. Yeah,
yeah,
closer. Yeah,
exactly. Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Krápผม.
So yeah, I use crap home with people that I'm not very close with. So I want to keep things, polite, professional, formal. Then I use crap home.
Yeah.
Right.
Another thing I want to add about for crab home is usually officers or service staff would say to acknowledge my things. Like for example, I would say
Right.
ขอบคุณค่ะ they or ขอบคุณนะคะ they would just say ครับผม like you're welcome or my pleasure.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
that's something that I mean I hear too because they don't say like ยินดีครับ they just say ครับผม like yes ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I
Do
guess
you
I don't really.
do you
Sorry, go
ever
ahead.
do you ever use krapom with your girlfriend like to sound obedient in a way, like being
Not in
funny?
an obedient way, but I do use it, but not because I wanted to convey that I'm being
You're
obedient.
obedient.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But I use krapom because I want to, speak politely to her.
In a
Yeah. So I
funny way,
do
like
use
you're, or just
No,
like
not really.
no.
In general, no. Yeah. But to be fair, we have to understand that people speak differently, right?
Right.
Just because I use it doesn't mean that any Thai learners would have to use it when they're talking to someone, right?
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
So I had a boyfriend, a Thai boyfriend, and then whenever he wanna make me feel like I'm the boss lady, he would say like ครับผม. It sounds obedient to me. That's very subjective.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Because sometimes, let's say, if my students are informing something to me, they're telling me something, and I want to, tell them that I understand what they're saying, note it, for example, then I would say รับทราบครับผม
รับทราบ like Roger, right? Roger
Right.
that.
Yep.
รับทราบ
Roger
ครับผม
that. Yep.
It's like
Yep. So I do use
another
it.
level.
Yeah. That makes it a whole different level.
Oh, another way to use the polite particle is when we want to say like yes, instead of say Thai, we just say ครับ
Yeah.
ครับ or ค่ะ Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Yep. For example, like ไปไหม you can say ครับ or ไปครับ
ค่ะ
for example.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. How about we move on to more casual particles like what do we have here? จะ Let's start with จะ
จ้า
and
right.
จะ and จะ How
จ้า
often do you use those?
I do use it. Not จ้า I don't really use จ้า Yeah, ว่าไงจ้า I mean, yeah, like
so
when I'm
feminine,
trying
right?
to be, yeah. When I'm trying to be funny, when I'm trying to, I don't know, I sometimes use it sarcastically. Say when someone wants something and they seemed angry and they want to demand something, and I wanted to, I didn't want to take it so seriously, then I might throw this in, just to be funny. ว่าไงจ๊ะ
จ้ะ
Yep.
Okay. I think we use those for like from bias senior to younger people. Yeah.
Right.
But if it's the other way around, it's gonna sound a little bit disrespectful, I think. not really. Well, not really disrespectful, but more like not appropriate.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Because if I were to say this, yeah, I would imagine I'm talking to someone who's younger than me, not an older person. Yeah.
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 Because I asked my PA the other day, I was like if you ever use "da" and "that" with me, do you think it's inappropriate? And she's like, yeah, I think so. I agree. Yeah, that's what she said. She never used it
Right.
with me. She always like "ka" or "ka." Yeah, with me.
Right. But for me, sometimes when I go to the market and I'm paying for something, I would say นี่จ้ะ when I'm paying for the stuff. Right.
Yeah.
I would say นี่จ้ะ instead of เงิน for example นี่ครับ when I'm handing over
Yeah.
money, right? I would say นี่จ้ะ
So
or
it
เท่า
depends
ไหร่
on the
จ๊ะ
context.
Yeah.
Depends
Yeah.
on the context. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Complicated.
Very, very
Complicated.
complicated. Yeah. Uh-huh.
How about ngap ngap?
Yeah,
Ngap
that's
and hap.
when you want to sound cute, I'd say. I don't use it. Both ngap and hub. Yeah.
I think hap makes sense. Hap and ha, it's like a kid language, right? Ha,
Yeah. ว่าไง
hap,
ฮะ
ว่าไงฮะ ha,
Right. Yeah.
hap.
Like when you want to be, like in Thai we have the word กวนตีน right? So when you want to,
A little bit.
เวลาเราจะกวนตีนเขาเวลาเราอยากจะ พูดให้ดูกวนโอ้ยหน่อยอย่างเงี้ยว่าไงฮะ เอาไงฮะ
ว่าไงฮะ
right
แล้ว
and you can see
เด็กก็พูดไหมเด็กพูดไหมครับฮะไม่ค่อยครับเนาะเราสอนพูดครับ
คือจริงๆถ้าเป็นปกติคิดว่าคนก็คงพูดคำว่าครับใช่ไหมแต่ว่ามันเป็นการใช้งานแบบไม่เป็นทางการ it's pretty informal kids would use this when they're talking to their parents I guess and yeah I think I don't really know where the word came from but I think it started because they want to make it sound cute and nice that's why they change it from kráp into hub and then it becomes ngàp in the end I guess
โอเคค่ะโอเคค่ะแล้วถ้างับอะงองูเงงงับนี่เป็นslang right งับ
I think so yeah
แต่จริงๆ the real meaning ofงับis
to bite down on something right but softly right softly yeah like when you try to nibble on to something right yeah you would say ngàp yeah like that song right like ฉลามชอบงับคุณ have you heard of the song no that's pretty famous okay like there's a song probably like it went viral on TikTok yeah it does like the whole phrase is ฉลามชอบงับคุณแต่ผมชอบคุณงับ that's the whole sentence
that's cute
I'm surprised you've never heard of the songs it's pretty famous
I don't really listen to Thai songs I'm trying to keep up with them now
right yeah so that's what it was so it's a play on word right because the meaning is shark would come and bite you that's the first meaning of the word ngàp right and the second one is แต่ผมชอบคุณงับ is like to make it sound cute and nice
Aww, so cute any guy who sing this for me I would fall for him super sweet did we tell the audience the meaning of it
just now I just explained
I was like sorry I was like somewhere else came back now so I was gonna mention my PA uses ngàp a lot even and I was like ngàp like back to her just being funny she even uses it with my dad she communicates with my dad and then my dad was like what is ngàp and he was like he didn't know and I was like dad it means like ka yeah it's like a very funny way yeah so
okay
funny.
Interesting okay so maybe yeah it's pretty new then if your dad didn't really know what it was so yeah it's pretty new and yeah I think it gets used when you are young and you're talking to someone older than you
yeah how would you anyway let's move on to another one which is something that I find I think we use it a lot to soften the tone even more than na and that one is
right
yeah like aka or kráp yeah how would you explain
Yeah, that's really, really hard to actually pin it down. I'd say,
Just
okay, so
example.
if I were to say, like, in terms of if someone tells me something and I don't really know what to do with the information,
Mm,
I would
mm,
say, a cup,
mm.
like just to
A cup.
acknowledge it. Yeah, a
A
cup.
cup. A
A
cup.
cup. Okay, a cup.
Crap. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna
So I
use
think
it.
that's what it is. And then if we were to say, like,
อันนะ
tamaya,
ทำไมอ่ะฮะ
right? At the end makes it sound a bit. I don't think it's polite. Tamaya means like when you're trying to pick a fight with someone.
ทำไมอ่ะ
You would
ทำไม
hear
อ่ะ
people say tamaya,
ทำไม
right?
อ่ะ
Like for example, someone left the door open, and then you'd say like ใครเปิดประตูทิ้งไว้ right? Who
Yeah.
left the door open? And I would say ผมเองทำไมอ่ะ
You have a
right? It's
problem with
like
that?
I'm trying to pick a fight here, right? If you think about the
Right.
like the way that I say it, right?
Exactly.
If I wanted to sound a bit nicer, I might say ทำไมหรอ
Mm,
or ทำไมหร
ใช่
อ
ไม่หรอ
right? Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So as an ending
ค่ะ
particle here would I don't think it's polite enough. Yep.
ไม่อ่ะอะไรอ่ะ
Right.
อะไรอ่ะ
อะไร
อ่ะ
อ่ะ
อะไรอ่ะ
อันนั้นอะไรอ่ะ Yeah, that's okay over
That's
here. Like
okay.
นั่นอะไรอ่ะ Yeah,
It's difficult.
นั่นอะไรอ่ะ
It's
Yeah,
very hard to
it's really
pinpoint.
hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's impossible. Yeah, it's a gray area, I guess. You just need lots and lots and lots of examples so that you get what it is.
And
Maybe
listening.
you need to use it. Yeah, you just need to use it as much as possible so that you know where it's appropriate and where it's not.
How about อันนะอันนะ
Yeah, I would say the same thing when I'm acknowledged something and I don't really know what to do
Yeah.
with that information.
อันนะ
Say like out of the blue you came and told me like วันนี้หมดเงินกับค่ากินข้าวไป2,000. I spent 2,000 on food. I don't really know what to do with that information. So I would say Anna.
Noted.
Just to respond. Yeah, just to
Noted.
respond, right? I don't just want to leave you on red.
Yeah.
Right? So I just, say Anna.
You could also send a sticker. There's a highway.
You can. Yeah.
Right, online.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, let's move on to. Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to add a little bit. I think Anna get used when it's something that is unexpected and you just don't know how to react with it. Right? Anna. I think it get used in that sense as well. But I don't think it get used in a spoken Thai as much as a text, right? I don't
text.
say it, right? I don't say it. I think I've seen them and I've used them when I'm texting, but I don't really say it to someone.
Anna. I don't really like it when a guy says though.
Use this.
Like the guys that I'm like romantically interested. If he's like Anna, it sounds like at the end of the conversation.
Kills the mood.
Yeah, it's like okay, you don't want to talk to me, Anna. Noted.
Right. So you can see that he doesn't have anything to add. He doesn't have anything to say.
To talk.
Basically, yeah.
So I wouldn't.
Right.
I wouldn't use it with a guy that I want to like have the conversation going. Yeah. Do you have any other things to add to these hap ngap ja? No. That's all.
Pretty much, I think.
And ja, right? Ja is like yes, honey, right? Ja.
Yeah. Yeah. But it get used only when someone calls you and then you want to reply, right? Just in that case, I don't think it get used in any other sense.
How about เมียจ๋า
Yeah, okay. When you call someone, yes.
เมียจ๋า
Right.
It's kind of like เมีย honey, like wifey, my honey or something, right?
Yeah.
เมียจ๋า
Yeah. Like I guess like sweetheart, my darling, or whatsoever. Yeah.
So
I don't really use it. I mean I do use it when I call someone, right? When I say their name, maybe if I want to be romantic, cheesy, yes. But yeah, you won't really use it anywhere else apart from this situation. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's an ending particle that get used only when you call someone or when you answer someone when they call you.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Okay, let's move on to the super casual ones, like not super polite, but it could be appropriate in that context. Like let's start start with the like a feminine one first. Yeah. Yeah. Have you heard of that?
ยะ
Yeah.
ทำไม
Sounds
ยะ
like
ทำไม
bitchy.
ยะ
Sounds bitchy.
right right I think it
You say
depends
that?
though no
You say
I
that?
don't no
Yeah.
I don't I just made a mistake when I said ว่าไงยะ yeah and then it took me a second to realize it's supposed to be ว่าไงยะ
Yeah. ว่าไงยะ ว่าไงยะ ว่าไงยะ
yeah I don't think a lot of men use this maybe if they are from the LGBTQ community, then you hear this a lot when you're watching dramas or when you talk to someone like that. Then they would say this a lot.
So it sounds gay.
Yeah, I would say so.
You said yeah,
but
that's different. Yeah,
I was saying that in English.
Yeah.
Right. And lots of women use and as well, right? Say if my girlfriend is angry, with me, and I'm texting her or I try to talk to her and I call her name, her reply would be ว่าไงยะ มีอะไรยะ something like that. Just to show that she's not in a normal mood,
right,
or something like that.
Right. So I just want to add between and so basically you just like ka, right? And then use like ka. Yeah. But different.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this one we're gonna use it with gu and mung, wa and wa.
Right. Yeah, a lot. I mean, I use it all the time when I'm talking to friends. Say like not just in that sense. Say like if we're just if I go to see my friend, right? My first sentence would be เป็นไงบ้างวะ right งานเป็นไงบ้างวะ something like that. So I would say wa and wa in this situation as well. Not like I'm trying to show that I'm angry or anything, right? It's just a casual way of when I talk to friends. For me, and I don't think here it indicates that I'm being impolite. It's just that it's informal, right? There's a fine line between being impolite and being informal with someone, right? So I would say wa and wa is not impolite. It's just informal.
I wish my mom were listening to this, because every time I use wa, she's like, "Oh, I'm so happy."
Right. But I mean,
like as a trivial speaker, usually.
Right. And I think it's because lots of people when you use this, you don't use it with someone who's older than you. Like I said, it's informal, right? So you want to keep it with friends and stuff, right? Yeah. But I don't think
correct.
ใช่ไหมประมาณนั้น
Correct. So I was saying chai. So it's okay to say chai when I want to say correct. That's correct. Rather than like acknowledging like ka. That's different.
True.
The last one is wôoi.
Right. I think that's just like when you try to burst out your feelings. I think people say wôoi in that like หิวโว้ย ง่วงโว้ย ร้อนโว้ย like that, right? I think wôoi is like I said, I think of it as a way of bursting out your feelings, right? Like I can say ร้อนว่ะ ร้อนจังว่ะ right? ร้อนจริง
ร้อนโว้ยก็คือแบบ another degree ใช่ไหม
Yeah, it's like so hot I can't really stand here anymore, for example. So I think of wôoi in that situation.
So what would be your suggestion or advice for Thai learners to pick up these like particles and understand them? For me, I would suggest that they watch a lot of Thai ละคร or TV shows and observe how we use them. Right. But what would be your suggestion?
I'd say try to learn the culture with the language. Don't just stick to the language. Like lots of people when they pick up a second language, they try to stay focused on the learning side, the academic side of it, instead of try to get accustomed with the culture as well.
Okay.
when it comes to differences like this, there are like these are just fine lines between them. You can't really, bring them apart as much. So
Right.
if you understand the culture enough, you'll get what these things are about, what they mean, and how you should use them in a different situation. So I think the key here is to understand the culture. Because a lot of people, when they study Thai, for example, they would see like, oh, okay, kráp is polite ending particle. If I need to say something politely, I just add kráp and it'll be good, right? But it's not just that.
Right.
Culture that goes with it makes it,
Totally.
more natural, something like that. I would say that.
Okay, let's read some comments here. Gavin said, Gavin was my student. I have noticed when I've been in Thailand, men say ka. The first time I went, it confused me. I just stuck with kráp. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's pretty confusing because uh, for us as a native speaker of Thai, we tend to bend the rules the way we like, and no
Right.
one's going to say anything about it because we're the natives, right? And it happens to anyone studying a second language, right? Because if a Thai person tries to bend English grammar rules, other people would say that's not correct, even though the native says them. Like I've like okay, when I make anything, when I make any mistakes, my first way of saying sorry is, oh, my bad. And I have, I have lots of foreigners came to me and they actually came in and say, you can't say my bad. It's supposed to be my mistake.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they were right. They're not wrong,
I
right?
would say my bad
Yeah, but
too.
that's informal way of using it.
Ah,
It's like like
oh,
a
my
slang of it, an
bad.
urban way of using it. Yeah. So in this case, you can actually see that if you are a native speaker, you can break any rules and no one's going to say anything, right? But if you are a student of that language, lots of people are going to come and say like, oh, that's not correct, that's not right, you shouldn't say this,
Yeah,
something like that.
one of the things that I find for the coded impolite particles like
Mm-hmm.
wa, yeah, they wa or wa, yeah.
Right.
Usually when my students say anai wa, they just want to sound like a native speaker like us. But then
Right.
sometimes when they say it, it come across being not appropriate. I feel like
Exactly.
they could stick to the formal one until they
Exactly.
actually speak Thai. Like, that's what
I
I
would
feel.
say that it's impossible for them to actually start saying these things. Let's say, like, if a non-native, non-Thai native starts saying "alaiwa," it doesn't matter how long they've been living in Thailand. A Thai person would still feel that that's not right. You shouldn't say it because
True.
there's that wall that it's impossible to break. Right. So it doesn't
Yeah,
matter
true.
whether that person speaks Thai fluently or not. If I hear a foreigner saying "อะไรวะ," to me
ไม่
it
เพราะ
still feels odd. Yeah, มันรู้สึกแปล
แป
ก
ลก
เวลาเราได้
ๆ
ยิน
ใช่
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 ใช่ใช่
อืม
ประมาณนั้นนะครับ
อืม
Yeah, so I think it's the same thing when you're talking to someone. Like for me, if I talk to someone in English and I use some slangs and stuff, pretty sure that a lot of natives would find this strange and they might want to try and help me or correct my sentences,
Right.
something like that.
And maybe that's why they get frustrated sometimes because it's like this is how you guys say it, but why can't I say it?
Exactly. Yeah. There's just like I don't know, a line that it's impossible to cross, a wall that it's impossible to break.
I think it's also maybe it has to do with the tone of voice and the pace and what's that word in English? Absurd something paucity, the like cadence and everything. It's like has to do with like the naturalness. Like when they say "arai wa" with an accent or maybe wrong pronunciation or just kind of wrong
Right.
context, it's just come off as being rude.
Mm-hmm,
But for
mm-hmm,
us, if I say "arai wa" like this, it
mm-hmm.
sounds
Right.
natural.
Right.
It's like
But
I'm just like sighing. Yeah.
right. But if a native said exactly the same thing, you'd still feel that okay, it's odd.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I mean, and to me, this is just how I feel. I'm not so sure what others think, but to me, it's odd. Yeah. And because I use English and Thai, and I teach both Thai students and foreign students, I can see that there's just a line that I just can't help my student cross.
Okay,
Something
that's
like that. Yeah,
interesting.
it's just impossible. Maybe there's
Well,
a way, I don't know, but yeah, I just don't feel that it's possible.
that's interesting. So guys, so that's pretty much it what we have today.
Yep.
Before we wrap up, just letting you know, if you guys have any like suggested topics, you want to suggest a topic for us to talk about. So this is pretty much like podcast, but without face on, you know.
Right.
So if you guys want to hear anything about even Thai culture too, it doesn't have to be only the language because we love talking about culture as well. So let us
Right.
know. Leave a comment here. Like, what do you guys think of the "อะไรวะ" and the lie that you mentioned, right? Let us
Right.
know what you think. Yeah. Okay, cool. You have anything else to add?
No, I think we pretty much covered everything today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yep. I think we got every word that we plan on talking about. So yeah,
โอเค
ประมาณนี้
Were
คิด
you
ว่าวันนี้ครบ
คร
แล้ว
บแล้วเนาะครบแล้ว
ใช่
คิดว่าวันนี้ครบแล้ววันนี้ไปไหนต่อคะอยู่บ้าน
วันนี้เดี๋ยวมีสอนต่อครับผมตอน3 ทุ่ม
อ๋อสอนต่อสอนถึงกี่โมง
ใช่
คะ
3 ทุ่มถึง4 ทุ่มครับผม
อ๋อแค่นั้น
ซา
ใช่ไหม
ร่าวันนี้ออกไป
แล้ว
เที่
ก็
ยวน
อนแล้วใช่ไหม
ใช่ใช่
วันนี้ไม่มีเดท
อ่ะมีใครสนใจจะชวนซาร่าไหม
ใครชวนไปเดทไหมคะ มีใครสนใจชวนไปเดทไหมคะ ตอนนี้กำลังว่างนะคะทุกคนชวนไปเดทได้ค่ะ ประกาศกันตรงนี้เลยนะคะทุกคน คนที่ฟังภาษาไทยออกเท่านั้นค่ะจะสามารถชวนซาร่าไปเดทได้นะคะ Thank you for this great lesson. It was very helpful. Aww. Glad to hear that. Abdel Ghani Romri. อ่านสเต็มอยู่ Can you see the comments too?
I
Word?
do. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm actually having my computer on the side as well.
Okay.
That's why I
So
was
you
looking
can
left
see.
and right. Yep. I was
Okay,
checking the
cool.
comments and stuff.
Well, we're happy. We're happy to hear that it's helpful.
Yeah,
We're
and
gonna do this
let us
tomorrow.
know if there's anything, any question you have. Maybe that can turn into, the topic of our next, live session. So let us know in the comment section.
ขอบคุณค่ะคุณ
Thank you, Kru Jenny.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
and also, guys, just wanna make a quick announcement because just let you guys know, because I got some maybe messages asking about if Kru Word is giving private lessons like one-on-one. If you guys are interested, he's still available for Thai lessons.
We'll post the link of the
We'll post the
forum
link.
in the
Yeah.
And if you have any inquiries, let us know.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
วัน
ขอ
นี้
บคุณค่ะ
เรา
คุณ
ค้าง
จื
กันไว้ที่เท่านี้แล้วก็เจอกันไลฟ์ครั้งหน้าครับบ๊ายบาย
บ๊ายบายขอบคุณค่ะทุกคน